A great way to get out of what you normally do when you're scrapbooking is to try a challenge. Today I'm going to be working with the mood board challenge from Hit Kit Club. This is a series of photos that has a feel about it, or you'll notice different shapes or colors that will call out to you, and you then in turn use those photos as inspiration for your layout. The two portions of that mood board that stood out to me were the rainbow buildings in the lower left, and then towards the center of the mood board there were some accordion or rosette hearts. I really love both of those elements of the mood board, and so I'm going to incorporate those into this layout of my daughter today. Hi guys, I'm Jana Eubank. I'm here on my channel sharing process videos with you and also my thoughts and decision making as I create layouts. I hope you find inspiration and enjoy watching my process. Now the first thing I did was choose this rainbow paper. I thought it was a good representation of those rainbow houses, and it also matches the colorful presents on my daughter's birthday in the photos here, and also her colorful personality and the story. For this birthday, she asked for 2 pairs of Vans. She wanted a purple check pair and a rainbow check pair. Now, she didn't wear these separately. She actually mixed the shoes together. It was kind of her thing, and it's actually kind of been her thing since she was a little girl. She used to do the same thing when she was a toddler. She would mix 2 different pairs of shoes and wear them around just like a normal pair. So I love that this rainbow pattern paper kind of it enforces the story of her colorful personality and of course her colorful choices for her birthday presents this year. So I matted my photos with white cardstock, and then I placed them on that rainbow pattern paper, just tearing the edge. And now I'm looking for other patterns from the Hit Kit Club. This is the January 2023 Hip Kit to layer up behind that rainbow pattern paper. I decided to go with this pink paper with the red dashes. I like that it's a smaller scale pattern, but it also has that fun, whimsical, playful feel. I'm going to ink everything that I'm placing on my layout with a light gray ink just to define the edges a little bit. And then here I'm adding 2 strips behind that rainbow block, appearing as though it's one larger block behind. Now I wanted to underline the photos and kind of marry them all together, so I selected this yellow branding strip from one of the papers, and it just had a little sliver of white showing, so I just quickly trimmed that off with my scissors, and then I just lined that up across the bottom of all 3 photos. Even though my photos are a little ski-wampus, I just marry them together with that yellow branding strip. I love that yellow color so much, and I wanted to add an additional layer behind the red dash paper, so I chose this yellow leaf pattern paper, and then I'm taking out some dies from my stash. These are Pebbles dies that create like this file folder shape. There were 2 different sizes in the set. There's a larger size and a smaller size, and I decided to go with the larger size. Now as I place it onto my page, I'm going to leave enough room on that card to add my title later. In the January 2023 Hip Kits, there's this beautiful bright blue alphabet that I've been using on all my projects, and I'm going to use it here on that yellow leaf file folder to spell out my title there. I'm going to pull out some more dies from my stash. This die actually makes a rosette heart, and I'm going to cut them out of several pattern papers. The accordion or rosette hearts on the inspiration mood board was something I really was drawn to, and so I wanted to repeat that in my embellishments. I'm going to go ahead and create those now so that I can make room for them on my page design, and you can see here that I've folded them and got them all ready in several different patterns, and I'm going to place them on the page in a waterfall type pattern just scattered down the center of the layout. And I wanted to embellish these hearts a little bit more, so I grabbed a heart punch from my stash. This is an older punch by American Crafts. I love that it mimics the shape of the rosette heart, so I'm just going to punch out several hearts from that lilac or soft pink ledger paper, as well as the orange floral paper, and randomly place those on the different colors of rosettes. And then I really loved this bow paper in the kit. I wanted to fussy cut these bows, and I'm going to add one to each of the different hearts. I love all the different styles and just how fun those are. I felt like the hearts needed a little more definition, so I placed them on white cardstock, and I'm just going to fussy cut around them to add a white matted edge around each of those punched hearts. After all those pieces are prepared, I will adhere everything together with some thin foam squares. These are by Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. I love these. These are my favorite foam because they're so thin, they don't add a ton of bulk, and they hold really, really well. The next portion of my page I'm going to work on is placing the title with those bright blue puffy stickers onto the file folder. My title is going to be Birthday Girl, just really simple. I thought I might switch out the dot of the I with a heart, but I decided it was too colorful with all the other colors going on in the page, but I did add this puffy flower in between the two words. I did the first word in all caps and then the word girl in lowercase letters. Next, I'll grab the chipboard phrases. I'm just looking for one that will fit onto that tab. And the one I chose says behind the scenes footage, which is pretty cute. Next, I'll pull out the die cuts. So in the main kit were these icon die cuts. I've used a lot of them already. And then in the other embellishment kit, there's some floral die cuts, which I thought I might use as well, but first I'm going to work with these die cuts. I'm just pulling out some pieces that I think will work well on this page. I chose the camera and then that teal circle, and then now I'm trying out some flowers. I really want to embellish these hearts some more, but I don't want to take away from them. I decided that the florals are just a bit too much, but I do add a tiny floral next to the camera. Now, I went to the pattern papers and we had this leaf pattern paper this month, and I love that those leaves really match the mood board, and so I decided to fussy cut out a bunch of those branches and then single leaves, and I'm just tucking them underneath the hearts. I like that they're really subtle. They add more detail, but they almost blend into the background because of the soft color. I'm just playing with different branches and single leaves to see what looks the best. That lower heart, I'm just going to tuck some single leaves. And after I find a composition that I like, I will come back in and adhere everything down with some liquid glue. The liquid glue I am using is by Nuvo. One of my rules of thumb for creating a layout is to always add something that has life to it. So whether that's flowers or a little critter or leaves or something like that. If a layout is looking stagnant to you, try adding some leaves, try adding some flowers. I think that's why flowers are so popular. They're just a great space filler, and then they also bring some life to your page. Now the top of this page felt a little open, so I've tried out these heart stickers to see if I wanted to connect them to the top edge, connect the rosette hearts to the top edge, but I didn't like how that looked. So I'm going to tuck in some leaves to see if I need some more leaves. I decide the ones up by the file folder are a bit too much, but I do use the ones on the left side of the photos, and I go back to the chipboard stickers from the main kit and I add I believe those are from the main kit. They might be from the embellishment kit. And I add that little birthday cake with a sparkler on top and then that phrase. I think that evens out the left and right margins very well with the leaf clusters almost touching the edge of the page. But you can see that my top and bottom edges are a little off. That's why I was trying out those sticker hearts a few minutes ago. I'm going to come back and add my journaling out there just to fill the space and make the margins along the top and the bottom feel more balanced. I felt like the little camera cluster on the right side of the title needed a little bit more, so I tucked in a few of those puffy flowers just to accent the left edge of that teal circle. I felt like that didn't work very well, so I went back and decided to choose this little blue house instead. One of the great things about using a ledger paper as your background paper is that it allows you all of the journaling lines you want to add your journaling. So there I go ahead and write the journaling across the top of the page as well as a few across the bottom of the page, and then that will be good. I will also add my daughter's age and the date of her birthday to the teal circle. She was 13, so she's officially a teenager in this layout, which is kind of fun. And then the last thing I'm going to add is just several of the colorful puffy dots. I'm going to scatter them here and there in between the hearts by the camera cluster, and it will just help everything to feel more connected. And that finishes my layout. If you're looking for a challenge to inspire you or to help you try something new in your scrapbooking, be sure to check out the Hip Kit Club group. I believe they do a mood board challenge every other month, and then currently I believe they have a sketch challenge going on. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to help you use your supplies. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. We'll see you again soon.